Let me start by saying the Norwegian Encore isn't just another cruise ship floating around the Caribbean. This massive vessel launched in 2019 as one of Norwegian's breakaway plus-class ships, and it's designed to pack more entertainment, dining, and activities into one floating city than most people experience an entire vacation on land. The ship stretches over 1,000 feet long and carries nearly 4,000 passengers when fully booked. That might sound overwhelming, but Norwegian has managed to design spaces that somehow don't feel cramped, even when the ship is sailing at capacity during peak season. What immediately catches your attention about the Encore is how Norwegian has tried to create distinct neighborhoods throughout the ship. Instead of just having random restaurants and bars scattered everywhere, they've grouped things together in ways that actually make sense when you're walking around. The ship primarily sails 7-day Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries from Miami, though it occasionally does other routes depending on the season. This positioning makes it incredibly convenient for anyone living on the East Coast who wants to skip the flight and just drive down to Florida. Staterooms and accommodations. Norwegian Encore offers the full range of cabin categories you'd expect on a modern cruise ship, but they've put some real thought into making even the basic rooms feel comfortable. The inside staterooms start around 140 square feet, which is tight but manageable for a week-long cruise if you're planning to spend most of your time exploring the ship anyway. These interior cabins come with 2 lower beds that convert to a queen, a sitting area with a small sofa, and a bathroom with a shower. The storage space is actually pretty clever, with drawers under the beds and compartments built into unexpected places throughout the room. The ocean view staterooms bump you up to around 160 square feet and give you that crucial window to the outside world. Having natural light streaming in makes a bigger difference than you might expect, especially on sea days when you're spending more time in your room. But where things get interesting is with the balcony categories. The standard balcony staterooms are around 200 square feet, including the balcony space, and Norwegian has done something smart by making the balconies deeper than on many other cruise lines. The balcony itself is big enough for 2 chairs and a small table, plus room to actually walk around without bumping into furniture. The sliding glass door opens wide enough that the indoor and outdoor spaces feel connected rather than completely separate. For families, Norwegian offers connecting staterooms and some rooms with Pullman beds that fold down from the ceiling. These family-friendly options can sleep up to 4 people without everyone feeling like they're camping in a closet. The suite categories on Norwegian Encore range from mini suites up to massive multi-room accommodations that rival luxury hotel suites. The Haven Suites deserve special mention because they're essentially a ship within a ship, complete with private dining, private pool area, and concierge services. Haven Suite guests get priority boarding, dedicated elevators, and access to areas that regular passengers never see. The largest Haven Suites include separate living rooms, multiple bathrooms, and balconies large enough for outdoor dining. All staterooms come with modern amenities like USB charging ports, interactive television systems, and surprisingly good air conditioning. The bathrooms are compact but functional, with good water pressure in the showers and adequate storage for toiletries. Dining experiences throughout the ship. The dining situation on Norwegian Encore is where the ship really starts to show off. Instead of just having a main dining room and a buffet like cruise ships did 20 years ago, Norwegian has created what feels like a floating food court with options for every taste and budget. The main dining rooms, called Taste and Savor, serve traditional cruise fare with rotating menus throughout the week. The food quality here is solid, if not spectacular, with dishes that appeal to mainstream American tastes without being too adventurous. But the specialty restaurants are where Norwegian Encore really shines. Cagney's Steakhouse has become a signature across the Norwegian fleet, and the Encore location doesn't disappoint. The steaks are properly aged and cooked to order, though you'll pay around $40 per person for the privilege. Le Bistro offers French cuisine in an intimate setting that feels more like a neighborhood restaurant than something you'd find on a cruise ship. The escargot and coco vin are surprisingly authentic, and the wine list includes some decent French selections at reasonable cruise ship prices. For something completely different, Food Republic presents Asian street food in a casual, fast-paced environment. You can get everything from Korean barbecue to Vietnamese pho, all made to order while you watch. The quality varies depending on what you order, but the Korean dishes are consistently excellent. Onda by Scarpetta brings Italian fine dining to the ship with handmade pasta and sophisticated preparations that wouldn't be out of place in a major city. The prices reflect the quality, but it's worth the splurge for a special night out during your cruise. The Ocean Blue Seafood Restaurant focuses on fresh fish and shellfish, with a raw bar that's restocked daily. The lobster tails and king crab legs are probably the best seafood you'll find anywhere on the ship, though the prices match what you'd pay at a high-end seafood restaurant on land. Los Lobos offers Mexican cuisine that goes beyond the typical cruise ship taco bar. The mole dishes show real complexity, and they make fresh guacamole tableside that's worth ordering even if you're not particularly hungry. The observation lounge transforms into a specialty restaurant called a local for dinner service, focusing on pub food elevated beyond typical bar snacks. The fish and chips are legitimate, and they have a solid selection of craft beers to pair with the food. For casual dining, the Garden Cafe buffet runs continuously throughout the day, with stations covering everything from pizza to salad to international specialties. The quality is exactly what you'd expect from a cruise ship buffet, with some items better than others depending on timing and turnover. Pool areas and outdoor spaces. The pool deck on Norwegian Encore is laid out across multiple levels, creating different zones for different types of relaxation and activity. The main pool area centers around two large pools that are always busy but rarely feel overcrowded thanks to their generous size. The pools themselves are designed for cooling off rather than serious swimming, with depths that max out around 4 feet. During busy sea days, finding pool space requires some strategic timing, but early morning and late afternoon offer more room to actually enjoy the water. Surrounding the main pools, Norwegian has arranged deck chairs in clusters rather than endless rows, creating smaller social areas that feel more intimate than the typical cruise ship pool deck setup. The spacing between chair groups gives everyone a bit more privacy and reduces the feeling of being packed in like sardines. The adults-only spiced H2O area provides a refuge from the family chaos that can dominate the main pool areas. Located at the aft of the ship, this space includes its own pool, hot tubs, and bar service, with a more sophisticated atmosphere that appeals to guests looking for quieter relaxation. The hot tubs throughout the ship actually stay hot, which isn't always a given on cruise ships. There are multiple hot tub locations, including some positioned for optimal sunset viewing and others tucked into quieter corners for those seeking more privacy. Norwegian Encore doesn't have water slides, which might disappoint families with older kids who expect that kind of high-energy water entertainment. Instead, the ship focuses on creating comfortable spaces for relaxation and socializing around the water. The sun deck areas extend beyond just the pool zones, with additional sunbathing space on higher decks that offer better views and sometimes less crowded conditions. These upper deck areas can get windy, but they're perfect for guests who prefer sun without the pool scene atmosphere. Entertainment and activities. The entertainment options on Norwegian Encore go well beyond the typical cruise ship song and dance shows, though they certainly have those too. The main theater presents Broadway-caliber productions with full orchestras, elaborate costumes, and performers who can actually sing and dance at professional levels. The signature show, Choir of Man, combines live music, dancing, and acrobatics in a pub setting that gets the audience involved in ways that feel natural rather than forced. It's essentially a night out at an Irish pub crossed with a concert and comedy show. For guests who prefer more intimate entertainment, the Cavern Club recreates the famous Liverpool venue where the Beatles got their start. Live bands perform Beatles music and other classic rock throughout the week, creating an authentic club atmosphere that's perfect for dancing or just listening. The comedy shows rotate between different performers throughout the week, with both family-friendly and adults-only shows depending on the time and audience. The quality varies by performer, but Norwegian generally books comedians who understand how to work a cruise ship crowd. The ship features a full casino with all the standard games, plus some newer electronic options. The casino stays busy throughout the cruise, especially during sea days and evening hours after dinner. The dealers are professional, and the atmosphere is lively without being overwhelming. For active guests, Norwegian Encore includes a rock climbing wall that's actually challenging enough to provide a real workout. The wall features multiple routes with different difficulty levels, and the safety equipment and instruction are properly maintained. The sports complex includes a basketball court that doubles as a volleyball court, depending on what activities are scheduled. There's also a jogging track that circles the upper deck, providing a scenic way to get exercise while enjoying ocean views. The fitness center is large and well-equipped with modern cardio machines, weight equipment, and space for group fitness classes. The classes range from yoga and Pilates to high-intensity interval training, with instructors who actually seem to know what they're doing. Spa and wellness facilities. The Mandara Spa on Norwegian Encore occupies a significant portion of one of the upper decks, creating a wellness retreat that feels separate from the bustle of the rest of the ship. The spa design incorporates natural materials and calming colors that help create a relaxing atmosphere from the moment you walk in. The treatment menu includes all the standard spa services, plus some unique offerings that take advantage of being at sea. The hot stone massage is particularly popular, and the therapists are skilled at creating a relaxing experience, even for guests who don't usually enjoy spa treatments. The thermal suite requires an additional fee, but provides access to saunas, steam rooms, and heated loungers that create a mini retreat within the spa. This area tends to be quieter and more relaxing than the main spa areas, making it worth the extra cost for guests who plan to spend significant time using the facilities. The spa also offers fitness classes that go beyond the basic offerings in the main fitness center. These classes include more specialized options like meditation sessions and wellness workshops that focus on healthy living rather than just exercise. For guests interested in maintaining their fitness routine while cruising, the spa staff can create personalized workout plans that take into account the ship's facilities and the guest's goals. This service is particularly helpful for serious fitness enthusiasts who don't want to completely abandon their routines while on vacation. The salon services include hairstyling, nail treatments, and other beauty services that allow guests to maintain their appearance or try something new while cruising. The stylists are experienced with working in a ship's environment and understand how to create looks that will hold up in ocean breezes and humid conditions. Family-friendly features and kids programs. Norwegian Encore takes family cruising seriously, with dedicated spaces and programs designed to keep kids engaged while giving parents opportunities for both family time and adult relaxation. The kids' club areas are colorful and well-designed, with age-appropriate activities that actually seem to hold children's attention. The Splash Academy serves kids from 6 months to 12 years old, with different program areas designed for different age groups. The younger kids have a play area with soft surfaces and age-appropriate toys, while older kids get access to video games, arts and crafts, and group activities. The teen program operates out of Entourage, a dedicated teen lounge that includes gaming areas, a dance floor, and comfortable seating for socializing. The teen counselors organize activities that range from dance parties to scavenger hunts, though participation varies depending on how many teens are on any particular cruise. Family staterooms and connecting rooms make it possible for larger families to cruise together without feeling cramped. Some of these rooms include bunk beds and additional storage designed specifically for families with children. The kids' menus in the dining rooms go beyond the typical chicken fingers and pizza, though those options are certainly available. Many restaurants offer smaller portions of adult menu items, helping to expand kids' palates while ensuring they'll actually eat what's served. Family-friendly entertainment includes early shows in the main theater, character meet and greets, and special events like family game shows. These activities are scheduled at times that work for families with younger children, typically earlier in the evening before adult-focused entertainment begins. Ports and shore excursion opportunities. Norwegian Encore's Caribbean itineraries include stops at some of the most popular destinations in the region, with each port offering different opportunities for exploration and adventure. The Eastern Caribbean routes typically include stops at St. Thomas, St. Martin, and Tortola, while Western Caribbean cruises visit Cozumel, Jamaica, and Grand Cayman. St. Thomas provides excellent shopping opportunities with duty-free prices on jewelry, liquor, and electronics. The port is within walking distance of Charlotte-Amelie's main shopping district, making it easy to explore without booking organized excursions. The beaches near the port offer calm waters and beach chair rentals, though they can get crowded when multiple cruise ships are in port simultaneously. For better beach experiences, excursions to Megan's Bay or Sapphire Beach provide more space and better facilities. Cozumel appeals primarily to guests interested in water activities, with some of the best snorkeling and diving in the Caribbean located just offshore. The shore excursions here range from beginner-friendly snorkeling trips to advanced diving expeditions that explore deeper reefs and underwater formations. The Mexican mainland is accessible from Cozumel through excursions that visit Mayan ruins at Tulum or Chichen Itza. These full-day trips provide cultural experiences that contrast nicely with the beach and water focus of most Caribbean ports. Jamaica offers a mix of cultural experiences and natural attractions, from climbing Dunn's River Falls to exploring local markets and trying authentic Jamaican cuisine. The shore excursions here tend to be more adventurous, with options like river tubing and zip lining through tropical forests. Grand Cayman is famous for Stingray City, where guests can interact with friendly southern stingrays in shallow, clear water. This excursion consistently ranks as one of the most memorable experiences available in the Caribbean, suitable for most age groups and swimming abilities. The private island experiences, when included in itineraries, provide controlled beach environments with activities and amenities specifically designed for cruise passengers. These stops offer guaranteed good weather activities and eliminate some of the uncertainty that can come with traditional port visits. Overall assessment and critical review. Norwegian Encore succeeds in creating a cruise experience that feels more like a floating resort than a traditional cruise ship. The variety of dining, entertainment, and activity options means that different types of travelers can find things they enjoy without feeling like they're settling for cruise ship versions of what they prefer on land. The ship's size works in its favor more often than not, providing enough space for all the amenities and activities without feeling overwhelming when you're trying to navigate from one area to another. The layout makes sense, with related facilities grouped together in ways that reduce unnecessary walking. The service throughout the ship is generally good, with staff members who seem genuinely interested in ensuring guests have positive experiences. The international crew brings energy and friendliness that enhances the overall atmosphere, though language barriers occasionally create minor communication issues. The cabin design and comfort level meet or exceed what you'd expect from a modern cruise ship, with thoughtful touches that show Norwegian has paid attention to how guests actually use their staterooms. The balcony cabins in particular offer good value compared to similar accommodations on other cruise lines. Where Norwegian Encore sometimes falls short is in the details that separate good cruises from great ones. The specialty restaurant food is generally good but rarely exceptional, and the prices reflect what you'd pay for similar quality on land without the convenience factor. The entertainment is solid but not groundbreaking, with shows and activities that will satisfy most guests without creating the kind of memorable experiences that people talk about for years afterward. The comedy shows and live music venues are the strongest entertainment offerings, while some of the larger production shows feel formulaic. The ship can feel crowded during peak times, particularly around the pools and main dining areas during traditional meal hours. Guests who are flexible with their schedules can avoid most of these issues, but families with set routines may find the crowds frustrating. What sets Norwegian Encore apart? The most distinctive feature of Norwegian Encore is how Norwegian has managed to create distinct neighborhoods within the ship that each have their own character and atmosphere. Instead of feeling like you're moving through different sections of the same space, walking around a ship feels like exploring different venues that happen to be connected. The Observation Lounge deserves special recognition for creating a space that changes character throughout the day. During the morning, it's a quiet spot for coffee and reading. By afternoon, it becomes a casual lunch venue. In the evening, it transforms into the local restaurant and bar, with a completely different menu and atmosphere. The ship's art collection is more extensive and thoughtful than what you typically find on cruise ships. Instead of random decorative pieces, Norwegian has curated artwork that creates visual interest throughout the ship while maintaining a cohesive aesthetic that enhances rather than distracts from the overall design. Norwegian's freestyle cruising concept is fully realized on the Encore, with no formal dress codes, fixed dining times, or assigned seating that restricts how guests want to spend their time. This flexibility appeals to travelers who want vacation experiences that adapt to their preferences rather than forcing them into predetermined schedules. The ship's technology integration is seamless in ways that enhance the guest experience without being intrusive. The interactive television systems and staterooms provide useful information about daily activities and port information, while the ship's app allows guests to make reservations and communicate with travel companions without dealing with complicated interfaces. Conference and meeting capabilities. Norwegian Encore includes several meeting spaces that can accommodate business groups and special events, though the ship is primarily designed for leisure travel rather than corporate functions. The largest meeting space can handle groups of up to 100 people, with audiovisual equipment and catering options available. These facilities are most commonly used for private parties and group celebrations rather than traditional business meetings, though the spaces are flexible enough to accommodate various types of gatherings. The meeting rooms feature ocean views and can be configured for different types of events depending on group needs. Memorable guest experiences. The most consistently positive feedback from Norwegian Encore guest centers around the dining experiences, particularly the specialty restaurants that exceed expectations for cruise ship food. Guests frequently mention being surprised by the quality and authenticity of dishes at restaurants like Onda and Food Republic. The entertainment staff receives praise for creating inclusive experiences that get guests involved without making anyone feel uncomfortable or singled out. The Cavern Club performances in particular generate enthusiastic responses from guests who weren't expecting live music of that caliber on a cruise ship. Service recovery stories highlight how Norwegian staff handles problems when they arise. Guests report instances of crew members going above and beyond to solve issues, from rearranging dining reservations to helping with special celebration arrangements that weren't part of the original cruise package. The balcony staterooms consistently exceed guest expectations, with many first-time cruisers commenting that having private outdoor space makes the cruise feel more like a resort vacation than being confined to a ship. The balcony furniture and layout receive particular praise for being comfortable and functional, rather than just decorative. Norwegian Encore represents a solid choice for travelers who want a modern cruise experience with plenty of options for dining, entertainment, and relaxation. The ship succeeds in creating an environment where different types of travelers can find experiences they enjoy. Whether they're looking for active adventure, culinary exploration, or simple relaxation in a floating resort setting.